Good morning. How's everyone doing? My name is Mackenzie Haynes. I would like to tell you about 5 of the many great leaders from the Baton Rouge community. First, we have Eva Lagarde, who is referred to by those who knew her simply as Miss Lagarde. She was born in Lafayette, Louisiana in 1924 and moved to Baton Rouge in 1938. A 1942 graduate of McKinley High School, she retired from Southern University after working there for many years. She was the first African-American female member of the East Baton Rouge Parish School Board. Active in promoting public education, she worked with the Girl Scout and Boy Scouts and with their church, St. Francis Xavier. Ms. Lagarde was a longtime member and president of the board of the Baton Rouge Council on Human Relations. Because of her untiring dedication to the children, in 2019, the EBR School Board renamed Polk Elementary to the Eva Lagarde Center for Education. Eva Lagarde. Gus Young was a prominent civil rights leader in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. In 1932, Mr. Young was one of only 3 blacks in East Baton Rouge Parish registered to vote. He was a member of the board of directors of his local National Association for the Advancement of Colored People chapter and his city's biracial committee. Young led the first voter registration drive in the Baton Rouge Black community. In 1938, he founded the first Ward Voter League. He also worked to improve sanitary conditions in the Black section of Baton Rouge. Young was one of the leaders of the 1953 Baton Rouge bus boycott. Gus Young Avenue, formerly Capitol Avenue, in Baton Rouge is named in his honor. Gus Young. Pearl George was active in the civil rights movement in Baton Rouge. Over the years, she was arrested multiple times, most notably to integrate the swimming pool at city parks and lunch counters. She was president of the NAACP Young Council and became the first African-American woman elected to serve on the Metro Council in 1976. She served 2 more terms in 1980 and 1984. George was a tireless champion of the Eden Park neighborhood. She founded the Eden Park Community Center and helped establish a library on Gus Young Avenue. She also helped establish the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank in 1982. Pearl George. The Reverend Theodore Judson Jemison, better known as T.J. Jemison, was a civil rights pioneer who organized a 1953 bus boycott in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that foreshadowed the one set off by Rosa Parks in Montgomery, Alabama. He went on to lead the nation's largest Black Baptist organization into liberal political activism. Mr. Jemison was one of a handful of Black clergymen recognized as a leader of the first generation of the civil rights movement. He was a founding member of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, along with the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the Reverend Ralph Abernathy, and the Reverend Fred L. Shuttlesworth. Appointed pastor of the Mount Zion First Baptist Church in Baton Rouge in 1949, Reverend Jemison led voter registration efforts beginning in 1950 that resulted in improved municipal services and the construction of a dozen new schools for Black citizens. In 1953, he persuaded the Baton Rouge City Council to abolish a public transportation rule preventing Blacks from sitting in the first 10 rows of public buses. When bus drivers went on strike to protest the change, Reverend Jemison led an 8-day boycott. The Baton Rouge bus boycott did not eliminate segregation on the buses, but it showed that peacefully, well-organized, and supported grassroots protests could be effective in the Deep South. Reverend T.J. Jemison. Reverend Charles Turnbull Smith, also better known as Charles T. or C.T. Smith, was an important part of Shiloh Baptist Church as well as the Baton Rouge community. He served faithfully as pastor of Shiloh for over 50 years. As pastor, Reverend Smith created many innovative programs, including a summer youth enrichment program, a scholarship program, an indigent assistant program, a drug abuse prevention program, Shiloh's Daycare Center, an early learning academy, credit union, and charitable foundation. While serving as president of the Interfaith Federation, Reverend Smith started the Sound of Community concert series, believing music has the power to bring unity to a community. This series has continued for over 30 years. Reverend Charles T. Smith, thank you.